Well, hi. Welcome back to Glitter 50. We're here again in the hotel room. I've moved things around so you could be a little closer. I'm so excited for today. I've got lots to tell you about, but let's get into the makeup first. So I'm going to use the Solomono 2. So today is School Spirit Day, and the high school that I generally drive out of is Graham Kapowsin High School in Graham. And their colors are orange and blue. And I looked up a couple of looks online, and I'm going to kind of modify it to my likings. So I'm going to start off with this blue color, and then I'm going to move into, whoa, why are we not, my light turned off. Oh, well. I'm going to use blue, blue. You'll see. It's going to be a look. It's going to be a look. And I'm trying to think of how I want to start this. I'm actually going to start with the orange color. And hopefully you'll see, trust the process. That's all I've got to say. So yesterday was an interesting day. We'll just put it that way. So I'm here in Spokane at our legislative conference, or not legislative conference, sorry, our PSC convention. That's what it is. And I'm a first time person here. So this morning we have breakfast. But yesterday we had like the opening ceremony, I guess you could say, opening orientation, whatever, however you want to word it. So we're here, and it was so nice, so very nice. They were honoring people, and I'm a veteran. I served in the Air Force, and they asked all the veterans to come up, and we were acknowledged on stage, and then we did, Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, all the things. And I was super excited for all of that because, I'm very patriotic. I love our country. Not going to get into politics. So that was fun. We all dressed up. Well, not everybody, but lots of people dressed up in lots of different things. I saw Mary Poppins. I saw Pocahontas, Betty White, Betsy Ross, Princess Diana, Albert Einstein. Just all kinds of really interesting things. So we did all of that. And as I was sitting there, I get a phone call. And this, let me tell you, this phone call, I'm going into this color to blend it out, tapping it off. So we were sitting there listening to this gentleman from the East Coast talk to us about rhythm and the band and how everybody brings their own flair to a band. And it was really inspirational. And I get a phone call. In this phone call, it says it's from Bank of America. And I'm like, that's my bank. So I don't want to ignore it. And so I get up and quietly go off to a corner and start talking to my bank. And they tell me that my card has been compromised. I just went through this like 2 months ago. I just went through this. And so I was getting really upset, and they started asking me for information, and I was like, I cannot deal with this right now. Can you call me back later? Yeah, we can call you back later. So I went on to sit down, and I told my coworkers what was going on, because we had this thing happen with our district where everything went, our internet and everything went down. For like 2 weeks, we didn't have internet. And it was really, really hard. And come to find out, we had been hacked. Well, we had been hacked. I'm using my color switch. And now I'm going to go into the burgundy color. Remember, trust the process. Actually, I'm going to use, I don't know what this, this is an Alamar Cosmetics, but I don't know what oh wait, it does say it. Hold. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. It does say detailed diffuser brush. It's very hard to read. Anyway, I'm going to go into my Eco Tools. I think it says an A, but it's kind of a rounded, and I'm going to use that just to get a very little bit to blend up in here. So anyway, I sit through orientation, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. And then we have classes to go to. And so I took a minute, and I saw another friend of mine, and I told her what was happening, and she said, just relax, everything's okay. And I know, it looks weird. It's going to look weird until it doesn't look weird. Or I'm just going to look weird all day. Anyway, so I go to one of my classes, and throughout the whole class, I mean, all I could think about was the fact that my bank was going to be calling me back, and that I was stressed because I had just gone through this. I had just gone through this. We had just dealt with switching all of my payments to a new card. It's a whole process. It's not something you can just, going back to the orange so I can blend the orange and the burgundy together. And I wasn't able to fully concentrate on the presentation. There were people that were around me that were talking, and it just distracted me, and I was getting super frustrated. And so I went to our union chapter president, and I said, hey, I know I'm obligated to go to these classes, but this is what's happening in my life, and I need to go and deal with it. And she said, of course you do, go. So I came up to my room, and I sat here, and I thought, I told the bank to call me back, but what is stopping me? I'm going back into the yellow. What is stopping me from calling the bank? So I called the bank, and I sat on hold for 36 minutes. And so the charges, when I talked to the first person that called me, they said that these charges were happening in Texas. So when I get on the phone and I talk to somebody after being on hold for 36 minutes, um, the person who answers the phone was a gentleman, and he very nicely says his name, and I didn't catch his name because the next thing he said was, he's in Texas. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I said, the charges that were charged on my phone or on my card were from Texas. How do I know that you're not, the person who called me earlier today and I'm super upset and I don't want to deal with somebody in Texas? And he goes, well, you're going to have to hang up and call back. I'd already been on hold for 36 minutes. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to talk to your supervisor. Okay, well, I'll get my supervisor as soon as I can. They're extremely busy. I'm like, oh, great. An hour or another half hour goes by before the supervisor gets on the phone. And I explained to her what my issue was and why I was having such a hard time dealing with the other person because it's Texas. And she said she fully understood and that there was not a whole lot she could do about that. She couldn't switch me over to somebody else. I'm going to go into the light blue now. And I was still having a really hard time, but I talked. Told her everything that was happening and why I was having such a hard time with all of the stuff. And she assured me that nothing was going on my account. Absolutely nothing. What? What do you mean there's nothing going on my account? She said, we see absolutely nothing. Because when I had come back to the room, I looked at my bank and I was like, wait, I don't see any charges. But the person on the phone originally said that they had, put it on hold or whatever. And um, so that they had taken it off of my account. The first phone call was a scam. When it came up on my caller ID, it said Bank of America. How? How do they do this? How do they do this? I'm going to go into this blue color now with the same detailed diffuser brush. I think. Dot in my eyes, you know how this goes. And I was so confused. I don't understand how these people can do what they do and get away with it. Like, how do they put Bank of America on their caller ID? I don't get it. It makes me angry. Makes me so very angry. Why can't people just go to work, do what they need to do? It just makes me so very angry. Anyway, so I had a horrible stress headache. I have high blood pressure. It's why, part of the reason why I'm on a CPAP machine is because I have high blood pressure. I'm overweight. Um, and I don't think I drank enough water yesterday. So it went from being an amazing day to a not so amazing day. Cleaning that off. I'm going to put more light blue in here because I want to diffuse it a little bit more, even though I'm going to put color over it. I just want to make sure. I'm going to go back in with that purple just a little bit because, yeah, I want to make sure you can see it a little bit. Anyway, so That's what my day looked like yesterday. Today, I'm going to make sure that I have more water because I woke up super, super early because I was so thirsty and I didn't get enough to drink yesterday. So, I need to make sure that I get enough to drink today. Going back into the yellow. I know I didn't tell you all the names, but I want to diffuse it out here a little bit more. And I am going to use some shimmer. I want to make sure that I have it exactly the way I want it before I get to all that. So here's my public service message. Don't fall for it. If your bank calls you, don't answer the phone. Don't talk to them. Call your bank yourself because that's how people are scamming other people these days. I'm going to put you on hold for a minute. Alrighty, Glimmer Grasp. So today's a new day. We have first timers breakfast orientation at 8:30. It is almost 7 o'clock. So I know I put it over the top of the powder. Some people will spray their shimmers. Some people use glimmer grass. Some just put it on there and let it fall where it may. But I'm doing a little bit extra today. So anyway, I just wanted to make that public service announcement. This color right here, it says Deep Space. And I'm going to take just a little because I'm going to kind of blend it in to the dark blue. Yes. Exactly what I wanted. And then I'm going to get a different color. Sorry. So anyway, that was my day here. I did have some other really cool experiences. Um, there was another gentleman that I talked to, and yesterday just seemed to be my day to talk to people. Actually, wasn't really my day to talk to people, was my day to listen to people. And so I was listening to two other union members talk about, hectic situations that they're dealing with. And I was just like, huh, okay, okay. And all I did was just talk to them or listen to them. I didn't really talk. I didn't really say anything. I was just there, but I felt like that's all I needed to do. So now I'm going into the Moon Wish palette and I'm going to get this color. It looks green on camera, but it's actually a greenish blue and it has pink in it also. And I'm just going to put that right here in the front. And I don't even know if you can really see the difference, but just to give it a little extra, because I don't know if we've met before, but I'm a little extra. So there's what that looks like. I just love these colors. Oh, so um, this year there's so many things that I want to get and so many things I've been thinking about getting. And I was like, no, I'm not going to get all the things. But I said to myself that if I happen to find something from a brand that I have never used before that really strikes my fancy, taking my blending brush, and I really want to try it, it has to be from a new brand, a brand that I have not owned before. So, me being the foolish person that I am, I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night because I had such a bad headache. And I was like, oh my goodness, I need to lay down and just go to sleep so that my headache would go away. Um, and I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning. And I said to myself, I'm just going to go to the bathroom and then I'm going to go back to bed. No, it's not what happened. My body likes to get 6 to 7 hours of sleep, period. Well, 9 to 3 is 6 hours. So I did lay back down and I tried to go back to sleep for a half hour. It didn't work. My brain was on. It was just on. There was absolutely no turning it off. So I had to check my bank account and make sure it was okay. And I had to, yeah, all the things. Oh, do you like the fact that I don't have my little curler in today? I obviously got up and did my hair because I was up. So what else was I going to do? So I did all that, and I've just been up. But while I was up, I was looking through the room, and I told you about L'Occitane, how they have the shampoo, the conditioner, the body soap, the hand soap, and the lotion. Well, I found this cute little, card thing, and it's from L'Occitane, and it says necessitary vanity set. Now I'm just going to open it, and I just ripped it, but whatever. Oh my goodness. It has 2 little Q-tips and 2 little makeup rounds for taking off your makeup. There's also a makeup wipe, little single makeup wipe, and I thought, that's pretty amazing. So I'm going to go put my base on and I'll be back because I've been rambling and this is a long video. Hold on. Alrighty. So I have my base on, I have my concealer and my powder, and somebody had said that I might have gotten my Laura Mercier from Ulta, and I think I either got it from Ulta as a freebie when I bought something else, or I got it in a ice cream beauty box or something along those lines. But I think you might be right. I might have gotten it from Ulta as a freebie for my birthday or, something along those lines. Today, I'm going to use something a little different. I know. I've brought this, it's called Sugar Frosted Cheek Palette. There's a highlighter called Jelly Roll, a bronzer called Hey Puddin', a blush called Trifle, and another blush called Cookie Crumble. So I'm actually going to use a mixture of these two, the Cookie Crumble and Hey Puddin', because I think Hey Puddin's just a little bit too light. Let's just try a little bit. I know it's very orangey, but yeah, I just think it's a little too light. And Cookie Crumble is not something that I would actually use necessarily as a blush. So I think I'm just going to tap between the two and use it as my bronzer. I might actually dip in to my Jaclyn to even it out just a little bit. And I think I'm going to use the Jaclyn on my nose because I think this is a little bit too much of a peachy color. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to try a little different. So this is me. I know. I promised I was just going to use the Jaclyn to till I used it all up. I think it's not that far out of reach. So I'm just going to swirl a little, and that way I can use it to blend over the top and maybe diffuse it just a little bit. Just a smidge. So I'm looking forward to today. We'll see what the day brings. We have, like I said, I have breakfast. We have a box lunch today, so I need to make sure I have my lunch tickets. And then we will have dinner on our own tonight. So that's a change, which I kind of like. On the other side, I'm going to go into this lighter color. I think it might be just a little bit too, I don't know, light. Yeah, it's a little too light for me. Not what I like for a blush. So I really think I'm going to declutter this when I get home because it's not something that I like. Hold, please. So I'm going to actually use this blush in here. I even forgot what this is called. Sunkissed. And I think I'm just going to put that over the top, even though this is not my favorite blush either. But it will all be okay. It will be okay. Things look different here than they do at home because at home I have my whole setup and I didn't bring all my stuff with me. So if the lighting is different, if things look different, I didn't bring my whole setup with me. So we're just, because there, that looks better, in my opinion. So I'm I brought these little gems and I thought these little orange ones would go, but I need to do a little bit more softening and a little bit more blending. So I'm going to let you go again. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So here's the final look. I used my Supernatural from Melt. I used my Urban Decay. I used the Ofra. I kind of swirled everything except for my brow bone. I used just this one. And then I put orange and blue little, and I don't even know if they're like completely symmetrical or not, but they look good to me. So this is my final look for today. This is my orange and blue that I'm sporting for Graham Kapowson School Spirit. So please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and remember, who's better than you? Nobody. Thank you so very much. See you soon. Bye.